Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. I'm Steven Rogers.
I'm Andrew Chavone. This is a anxiety-filled one and a funny-filled one.
Yes, it's a follow-up episode for sure. We talk about a follow-up of my incident on the subway.
Where you got spit and punched. We talk about how you handled the PTSD of that incident.
That's for sure.
I talk about an embarrassing clothes situation involving a neighbor and smells.
We also get into both of our Expedia stories.
We unpack those. And we get into more anxiety about the app TikTok. So stay tuned, everybody. It's action-packed. Patreon is $5 a month. You get 4 bonus episodes a month, plus stand-up clips. And also subscribe to our YouTube if you're listening to this through the audio. And if you're listening to this through your podcast app, leave a review no matter what it is. I think there's some reviews on Google.
Yeah, any review is helping the podcast. Obviously, it helps more if they're good.
Yeah, give us all those stars.
Please, we love you, and thank you so much for listening. And stay tuned for the intro.
Stay tuned for the music, and the whole podcast after that. Thanks, everybody.
My heart starts beating really fast. I'm like sweating and trembling.
Me too.
Am I gonna die?
Hey, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that music. We're here in the studio. We had to rent it out. It was pretty expensive. I think they filmed Born to Run here.
Yeah, it costs how much a month?
That's my landlord.
Big shout out to Maddie Smith here for setting up the whole the recording equipment. We had ring lights stuck to the ceiling fan. There was cords wrapped around our ankles. It was a real mess, and then she showed up and fixed it.
Yeah, so, yeah, even though I help her on her podcast, and I don't think I get any love, but she demanded we shout her out.
It was fun seeing basically a contained domestic dispute, but with me right in the middle of it.
Yeah, you were like our stepchild. So you've been... Well, it's been a while since we recorded last, because we recorded right before you had to leave to do whatever you...
Virginia.
You went to Virginia, and then you went to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And now you're back here.
I'm back here.
How much did you sleep? Your eyes you're droopy. I feel
I went to bed at 3, and my flight left at 7.
Why did you go to bed at 3?
I met some killer Atlanta comics. One that I was already a fan of, Andy Sanford.
Oh yeah,
And
he used to live up here.
Yeah, he used to live out here, and I was at a diner with him until like 3 a.m.
What were you doing?
Just talking.
He was on that podcast, Let's Talk About Sets, right before you were.
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about that at all?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
But
That'd be something I would only bring up.
That's why you weren't invited.
You should have texted me. I would have give you some talking points.
Yeah, you would have been like, hey. Well, first of all, you would have had Maddie text you for me.
She would have plugged in my phone and turned down my brightness.
You would have made sure that someone else sent the text because you wouldn't trust me to enter.
Oh my God! Come on, give yourself more credit.
I'm joking.
All right.
But yeah, we hung out at the diner, and it really actually leads into my first thing. Atlanta's crazy fun. Like, the comics are great. The shows are awesome.
The food's good, too.
The food is so good. It was a great time. But I was, like, exhausted. Like, everybody there hangs until, like, late at night, early morning, like 3 a.m. Everyone was hanging so late, and I'm, like, old man just, just falling in his chair, trying to keep up with them.
Other areas do that too, and this is my theory on that. In New York, you always have somewhere else to be, I feel like.
Right.
In the South, a little more slower, not as much going on, so
right.
They are like, here we are, this is where we're at.
Right, you don't run around from spot to spot. You're probably doing spots at one place all night.
Yeah.
And I did the New York thing and booked like too many things, and Atlanta, an Uber takes 20 minutes to get to you no matter where. Like, there's no close Uber ever.
Yeah. Well, I also heard that there's a shortage of the drivers
Oh yeah, well, there was a gas shortage as well.
There's a gas shortage, and with the unemployment, they are like, "Hey, I don't want to drive around and have drunk people yell in my ear. I'll just get
And
this."
I apologize to all the people that drove me for that.
They're like, "I'll just catch this check. I don't really need to be out there and have my leg fall asleep."
Well, I had this like self-induced pressure of like I love Atlanta. Atlanta's so fun. All the comedians are great. I want them to like me.
Right.
So I'm hanging out all night, but like they don't know. Like in between sentences, I take a micro nap.
you
They just think I'm a long blinker.
You wake up, you're like, "Ooh, what?"
I'll have the chicken.
Somebody's like, "Wings." You're like, "I have wings."
In the dream I just had for a second.
I was falling off a cliff.
It was so fun, and everyone's so funny. I was immediately like, I stink. Like I was
with their riffing or on stage.
On stage and the riffing.
Oh wow!
I was just like, man, these guys are great, and I'm not saying I'm well. I was thinking that, but
You were implying that.
I was implying that. But it's so great. Atlanta's a great place for comedy. I love it. I want to go back there like every year.
Yeah, it's a good scene. You never done any of those festivals down there?
No, I mean I've submitted.
Oh yeah, I think we all have.
Yeah. I've sent some stuff there.
Well, I think you. I forgot how we wanted to open this.
We never talked about how we wanted, so it would have been how you wanted to open it.
Okay. Well, how many stories do you have? I just have one. Oh, I wanted to open it with the follow-up from last week.
Okay.
Do you have any? First of all, so last week was a crazy episode. We got a
Crazy
lot of
episode.
emails, we got a lot of tweets, and a lot of concerned texts.
Really? None of these were sent to me.
Oh, really? Well, a lot of them said, "This is crazy. Oh, my God."
Yeah, Aruba.
Well, yeah. Oh, my God, I can't believe this guy went to a resort.
I can't believe he got the exclusive package.
So I was around town this weekend in New York City at
Yeah.
clubs, and people were like, "Oh, my God, is Stephen okay?"
Wow.
Like, I can name names.
I'd love to hear the names.
I did a show. The lineup was Alex Pavone, Tom Cassidy. They both went up to me individually and asked me about you because I guess you talked to them personally.
Well, I talked to Tom Cassidy. I haven't seen Pavone yet, but this is the second person that's like, Pavone is worried about you.
Oh, really? Okay. Maybe he just heard it through the grapevine.
Yeah.
So it's a firestorm in the comedy scene. Everyone's upset about you or worried about you.
That's great. That perfect.
So is there any follow-up to this? They want to know, well, first of all, the question I get asked is, have you gone to see a doctor?
I haven't gone to see a doctor at all. I haven't had it. Here's what I did. I booked an emergency therapy appointment
Oh, really?
with Jen, our therapist. Because here's what happened. You chugged that coffee like you were in a fraternity.
Well, I can't just sit here sipping. I feel like that's bad for the camera. I have to just gulp it down.
You're gonna do a keg stand at a Starbucks.
When I gulp down coffee, it's like la-di-da-di-da, caffeine hit all at once, camera shaking.
It's like Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, the adrenaline needle.
Oh man.
So you booked so you didn't go to the hospital, you didn't call a doctor, you didn't get a blood test, you called your therapist.
Here's what I know a lot in the comedy community are a lot of people that are nurses or things of that nature in the doctor's offices, in hospitals. So I saw people that for free that knew what they're talking about.
And what do you mean saw? You mean you saw him around talking to a microphone?
I tweeted at him. No, I'm kidding. I saw. Yeah, I just stood in front of him. They didn't say anything, so I'm like, I'm good. I had talked to people and told them what I was experiencing, and they're like, yeah, you don't have a concussion. You're fine. You would be experiencing this, this, and this, and I had 0 symptoms.
What about the transmission of spit? Germ-wise, is my concern.
Is your concern? Well, as far as I'm, all I have from that is like I think it's called bubonic plague.
Because the guy spit on you and then punched you, so I don't know if the spit went in your eye.
I think it went back onto his fist.
Just was reversed.
I think he knocked it. I think he knocked it off my head.
Because full disclosure, I was watching the movie 28 Weeks Later, where I don't know if you've seen that. It's about a virus that transmits through saliva.
Sure.
And then spoiler alert at the beginning, this guy kisses this girl, and her spit gives him this disease, and he goes crazy.
Oh well, we didn't kiss, so I think we're fine.
But the spit was near your mouth, right?
Well, I had a COVID mask on.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So it only hit the top half of my face.
What about your eyes? Did it feel like going?
Well, that's on my top half.
Were you wearing your glasses?
No.
Oh,
when
man.
do I wear glasses on anywhere other than when we do a pod at 8 a.m?
I don't know. Full protection.
Yeah, it hit me in the eyebrow area, bridge of the nose.
What about?
Troubled waters right on the bridge of my nose.
All right.
Wait,
Okay.
no, what were you gonna ask?
Oh, if it went in your eye, maybe it could have.
It didn't go in my. Do you want me to have something?
I don't know. I was just expressing my
Do
anxiety.
you want a new co-host?
I got anxiety through your story, so I wanted to talk it out. But
we'll talk about it.
okay, so you went to the emergency therapist. So what did she say?
Well, I mean, I booked an emergency appointment.
Okay.
She's not like a different type of therapist.
She puts on sirens and instead
She's got a cape.
instead of ambulance, it's a Subaru. So I think most therapists look like
Yeah, and on the top, instead of the wee, it plays ocean sounds.
it's that sound canceller that she puts in her door.
Which, by the way, I don't know if I've told this already. We go to the same therapist. If you're new to the pod, she has that sound canceller thing, and I made fun of it because I'm like, man, whoever speaker that is busted. It's horrible. And she's like, no, that's the sound.
Oh,
I was like roasting the speaker, and she's like, oh, that's mine, and that's the sound I pick.
so you didn't know that was a sound counselor? You thought that was really supposed to be a speaker?
I was like, this is an awful. It's like busted. What is this?
I think the antenna's wrong here.
Are you trying to listen to War of the Worlds?
I think this is set for AM. It's supposed to be FM. The sound canceller is.
That sounds like a villain. The sound canceller.
The sound canceller. He fights the sound man.
He fights the emergency therapist. Here's what happened. Caitlin was on me about it. She was that night after the punch. I went home and I fell apart as soon as I got Caitlin on the phone. I broke down.
This is after Anthony DeVito and Greg Stone roasted you in the cab,
which was the best thing that could have happened.
Right. So after you got out of the car,
I get out of the car, I get into the house. Bowie is like, something's up with you, and I'm gonna stay away from you. Bowie wouldn't come near me.
She sensed the hobo scent.
Yeah. She's like, look what the cat dragged in. I immediately showered.
She thought you were just a giant rat. She's like, I can't handle this.
Well, I did have a slice of pizza in my mouth, but and I was teaching 4 turtles how to fight crime.
And you did go, hey, Bowie.
Our rat's part velociraptor.
Well, they make like high-pitched screams.
I don't know. That's what I did when I got punched. But I come in there, I shower immediately.
Good.
And I cranked that water to boiling hot.
I would too, yeah.
And it was one of those things where I know now it was because he breached my sense of like personal space or safety. Nothing made me feel clean. Like
oh, really?
You know what I mean? Like I'm soaping. I feel like you would be the same way. I put like gallons of soap on me. I'm like washing for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, I'm still covered. I know I'm covered.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
And then Caitlin's at this. If I said some of this at the last pod, I'm sorry, but there is a lot of new at the end.
Okay.
Caitlin's at the Comedy Cellar. She recently got passed, and it's one of those things where you're like, you gotta hang at the Comedy Cellar. You don't just do your set and leave. But I'm like, I need her home. I just went through a traumatic thing, so I didn't want to put her out. So I'm like, hey, when you get a sec, can you just call me? I didn't want to tell her to leave. I didn't want her to freak out.
Right.
And she doesn't answer.
Ah.
And I'm just sitting there in the dark.
In the tub. Bowie's not even there to console you. He's scared.
I'm not in the tub.
You're in the tub. There's no water in
There's
the
a bunch
tub.
of bubbles. Oh, yeah. There's no water in it.
It's just the shower on over you.
And I'm wearing clothes still.
Yeah, right. You're rocking back and forth. Subway.
So
You see you see a Subway commercial, you start having a mental breakdown.
$5 So I hear a song by Train, and I was like, I was gonna take the train.
No.
Oh man. So I eventually I get a text Caitlin what happened, and I text it to Caitlin. Immediately she goes, I'm coming home. Calls me, best girlfriend in the world, talks to me on the phone the whole drive to the apartment where I already am.
Okay.
So she just talks to me the whole time we're driving.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, it was wonderful. She made me feel better, and then when she came home, it was very helpful. And then she was like, "But you need to book a appointment with your therapist." I'm like, "I'm fine. It's fine. It's no big deal." And she's like, "No, you need to book an appointment."
You're like, it's fine. You're like hunched over, and
I'm flinching.
You only talk to her over your shoulder with your eyes bugged out, like a dog that's scared.
I still have my COVID mask on.
You got a face shield.
I gotta tell you, those people don't look so stupid anymore.
Yeah, really. They're ready.
I gotta get one with a windshield wiper.
You got to get one made out of metal.
I gotta get a welder's mask. Oh man. So
You're in the subway with a Knight's helmet. Ching. Bring it on.
Yeah, I got the joust thing, the joust pole.
Pushing anyone away from you. It's 6 feet long.
So then I have to drive to Virginia to do those shows.
The next day, right?
The next day or 2 days later, something like that.
Uh-huh.
And I'm driving. It's the first time I'm alone, and it's quiet.
Uh-oh.
Since her coming home, and
that's when you got to put on a tune.
I put on tunes, and they're all like, "We're not gonna take it," and then the next song's like, "Don't punch me in the face." And I'm like, I can't. So I immediately call my parents.
The band is Five Finger Death Punch.
That was amazing. Oh man. I Spit Mouth.
Spit Mouth. I think there's a band just called Spit.
No, I don't know. Smash Mouth.
There's Smash. Oh yeah, that's better.
But
there's a band called Saliva. There is. Look at their CD.
It's amazing. Oh man. So I call my parents and talk to them, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm like, just let's talk about anything else other than the punch," and to distract me. And we're goofing around. It's a great chat, and then they're like, "You should also talk to your therapist about this."
Why your parents said that?
Yeah, very supportive people, and I'm like, fine. I message our therapist. Immediately writes back, "Oh my God, are you okay?" Like, it's the most nice thing ever. And then I have an appointment with her, and she goes, "It ruined my day reading what happened to you." Because I wrote to her what happened.
I was like, was this in the paper? Is our pod come out in a transcript?
Turns out the guy that hit me was a reporter.
He's making his own news, like in Tomorrow Never Lies or Dies.
This just in, spit in your face. Breaking nose.
Breaking nose.
That was worth a shot.
Extra. Read all about spit.
Spit happens.
Spit it out.
Man, that was like a punch in the face. So then I have the appointment. It goes great, and she makes me feel better. But ever since that attack, anytime I'm walking in public near people, I'm like, that person's going to attack me. That person's going to jump and attack me.
Every time you're at a soda machine, you're like, fruit punch. You duck.
Yeah, the sprinklers went off in the park, and I
was like,
had a panic attack.
you're like, this is not even as much spit as I got on my face. I'm drier at the sprinklers.
Egg on my face would be a break.
So you call the therapist. So what does she do?
She talks me through it. She tells me all the symptoms I'm having. Like, I go, I can't stop thinking about it. All I'm thinking about is this guy.
Is this on the drive or when you get to your location?
When I get to my location.
Okay.
And I'm like an improv troupe. I'm like, give me a location. And so
Topic, spit, punch.
I got just the thing. I'm like Michael Scott, where he brings a gun into every scene. I keep bringing up the guy that spit and punched me.
Ah!
Oh God. So she makes me feel way better. She's like, all the symptoms you're having are normal for something like this. You experienced trauma. You were assaulted, that kind of thing. And
Meanwhile, you called her on her day off, so she's like in her robe and eating chips. And she's like, She's like, yeah, IHOP.
she's eating Subway. And I'm like, But yeah, ever since then, I've been like, every person I walk by, I'm like, you're gonna punch me.
Wow.
And I've been thinking when I'm near, and now I'm in any situation, I'm like, all right, if someone were to attack me right now, what would I do?
So what was her advice?
It was more like everything you're experiencing is normal, and I wasn't. It was still too soon to have any like questions about it.
She didn't give you any like kind of mental exercises or anything?
Yeah, she did, but I don't remember them right now. I was trying to avoid telling you that, but
Oh man.
I don't remember them right now. I promise I'll have them next time. But
Oh, that's fine.
it was mainly like just getting it all out, and she was like, well, we did talk about how it wasn't about me. It was about this guy. This is a person that is obviously dealing with a lot, and it has nothing to do with me. I shouldn't be looking at a why me situation kind of thing.
Right.
And to start moving forward. She was way better at it than I am right now.
Did you report it to the MTA?
I did not.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was my only follow-up questions.
I did have a dream or nightmare that I was somehow able to get a hold of the footage, and we we released it on the podcast.
That would be great.
I knew you would be all for it.
Why is that a bad thing?
It's only a video of my traumatic experience.
Yeah, we'll get to see who he is.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe reliving it would be better therapy or something.
Maybe. Making fun of it always helps. And ever since then, I've been talking about it on stage.
Okay.
I have a bit about it now.
How's it go?
Okay.
Well, it's new. I mean.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say it on here yet, but it's getting better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good to laugh it out. And it's not like whenever a joke is made about a bad thing, it's like, well, at least I got something out of it.
Yeah, it's healing.
Yeah.
And I want to thank everybody that has reached out to me. It's very nice. I had a lot of people say some nice things, and it made me laugh and feel good. So,
Oh, awesome.
yeah, we got great people that listen. They're awesome.
That's great. All right. Well, I'm sure that puts their worries at ease, even though it sounds like you still have PTSD. And
I don't know what you're talking about. Just show me where your hands are. Just because when you hit the soda stream, I peed myself doesn't mean
you're putting up plexiglass between us. It's not safe.
I don't need a glass ceiling. I need a glass wall.
Shower curtain. Well, cool. So while you're away, it's been pretty action packed here.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a follow up about Aruba.
Oh.
So I complained on Expedia. Oh, and you have a story about this too. Complain about Expedia. I said, this is a bait and switch. I need my money back, blah, blah, blah. And they wrote back, sorry, yes. If you wanted all-inclusive, you should have picked another resort. No crap, you idiots. I got nothing. And then what's funny
If
is
you didn't want to get spit and punched in the face, you shouldn't have gone near that guy.
yeah, great. Thanks for the hindsight.
Yeah.
And then while this was all happening, I was complaining on Expedia. I got a new phone. Well, not a new phone. I talked about it on the Patreon, but I got my insurance replaced my cracked screen.
Yeah.
So I had this old case that I kept the box for and the receipt for because it said lifetime warranty for the case. I hadn't had it all, so I go to the website for the case. It's 21 Tech. I put in a claim. took a picture of the receipt, took a picture of the box that says lifetime warranty, took a picture of the damage.
I see this coming a mile away.
I got an email that says, "We received your claim. Due to coronavirus, we aren't really processing these right now." I get another email right after that said, "How was your customer service experience?" I say 000.
Well, apparently they shortened the name of the warranty. It's really called "Not in This Lifetime" warranty.
Think again.
Over our dead bodies warranty.
I was like, they were like, "How's your customer experience?" I was nothing.
Well, I was a customer and I had an experience, but that's about it.
So I'm getting walked all over in this part of town. And then, so you also had an Expedia experience.
I'm going to Atlanta, and fellow comedian, friend of the show, Adam Mueller, is also going there. And I'm like, "Hey, what hotel are you staying at? I'll stay at the same one so we can like hang and write together." And he sends me the link, and it's through Expedia. And I don't think anything of it. I'm just like, perfect. Here's a hotel. The deal looks good. Click, boom. Then I get there. They have check-in, and I go to the front desk, and I'm like, "Hey, just checking in." And they're like, "You're not supposed to be here for another week."
Oh, God.
And I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, they have you for next week." And I'm like, "Okay, what do I do?" He's like, "Hey, no worries. I can't do it on my end. You just got to call Expedia, and they'll call me and switch it."
Oh, my God.
And
did you double check your reservation on the email?
I double checked it.
And it's for this weekend.
It was not. It was. But I put in the dates when I booked it.
Oh.
And I don't know how that happened. But it also happened to Adam.
He's on for the week after?
It happened to him too. He got the
Weird.
same thing happen to him. So then I call Expedia. I listen to the same 5 songs
Yes.
for over an hour and a half.
That's what happened to me. And then, I don't want to give, maybe this is where.
Keep going.
Then they cut off.
They cut off.
So it happened to you too?
They cut off.
What is going on?
And then I Google, and I find another number. And I call that number. Same thing.
Rings with the songs?
Yep.
Cuts
Same
off.
orange. Yeah, Paul Simon. And then it's, I don't remember who else. Then they do Hello, It's Me by Adele. And then
Do they really?
I know the whole playlist.
Hello, It's Me?
I love how they picked Hello, It's Me because nobody answers.
Might as well. Goodbye.
Yeah. Nah.
I think the better song would be Beatles Help. I need somebody, anybody. Pick up this phone.
They should have played Now You're Messing with the Son of a Bitch by Nazareth. Because I was mad.
That's a deep cut.
It's a deep cut. Well, so was not answering. But I wait on that line for like I had another half hour. Nothing. I'm still sitting in the lobby.
Okay.
And then I'm like, all right, I'm just going to book a room through the hotel website, which I should have done. Andrew literally complained about Expedia to me 5 days ago. Why did I do this? I'm hating myself.
That's the thing about it. The hotels have nothing to do with it.
It's just them.
The hotels are like, sorry, buddy, you cheapo.
Yeah.
You should have just called us.
Yeah.
You scammer.
Yeah.
You try to save a nickel going through this website that shouldn't exist.
And I've always gone through the hotels and get points and all that crap. And it's like, I should have just done that. I got lazy and just saw and did it easy quick.
Well, that's the same thing that happened to me when I booked Aruba, because the last time I booked Expedia was like 2 years before, and I same thing. They were like, "Your room's not ready." I'm like, "I booked it for this day. Here's the receipt." They're like, "Well, you didn't book it through us."
Were you staying at Tony Soprano's house?
Might as well have been. Hey, you couldn't book it through us. They start kicking me.
I'll give you a trip.
Check his pockets.
So and the hotel people were amazing. They were really nice, and I booked the room with them. Immediately check in, and he's like, "Here's what you do: call them when you finally get a hold of them. Tell them we already canceled the reservation on our end, so they're not getting charged by us. So there's no reason they shouldn't give you a refund."
Well, that's good.
And I was like, "Ooh, this is nice insider."
That is very helpful.
Super nice. And then he's like, "And also tell them you spoke with the supervisor and the manager, and they were both those people."
Great.
And I was like, "You guys are the best. Thank you so much. You can have my mints from the pillow." And
Get on my pillow.
take my pillow, please. I wish I had a pillow on the subway, but
Between a fist and a face.
yeah, pillow fight. That guy had me down though. Anyway, down.
Oh, down pillow.
Yeah.
Down feather.
Yeah. Anyways, so I go up into the room. I find a third phone number for Expedia.
Okay, a secret number.
Yeah, and this one has the, "Hey, you're in line. Hit this button, and we'll call you back when it's your turn in line." And I'm like,
Ooh.
thank God, because that was the worst part, was just sitting there with the phone waiting.
Right.
So I put it, and they're like, "It will be an hour and 40 minutes." And I'm like, oh, boy, I can already sense this being a problem.
Yeah, but at least you don't have to be on the line with
Exactly.
listening to their playlist from Smooth Jazz or whatever that is.
Yeah. Ooh, child. It's all like songs where they say things are going to be fine, but it's like you're having the most frustrating experience ever.
I know. It's like the cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, they're trying to sedate the angry gorilla. But anyways, so and it's perfect timing to find that I got checked in and find that third phone number right before I was about to snap. So I'm not on hold and I'm okay. And then they call me.
They call you.
They call me. Full refund.
Interesting.
Full refund.
But you should have got the full refund because you paid through the hotel.
Well,
All right. So what was this refund process? Because I'm going to do that now.
I go, here's what I go. She calls me and goes, "Hey, so what's the problem?" And I go, "So here's what happened. I booked the room. I don't know how. It's a week later. I'm here for work, and I needed a room, so I booked one myself through the hotel. And I talked to the manager and the floor manager. Blah blah blah. I talked
and then what did she say?
I talked to Mr. Marriott.
Uh-huh. And what did the Expedia person say?
You're on the edge of your seat more than in the punch story.
What
I should dangle this in front of you and never address it. I've never seen you more interested in what I'm about to say.
But did she just say, because I'm wondering, did she say, "Okay, refund," or should she ask more questions and put you through a rigmarole?
Well, what I did was I didn't let her have a chance. I was like, "I'm here for work." I talked to the managers. They told me they canceled the reservation on their end, so you guys are not going to be charged, so I would love a full refund. And she's like, "Sounds great. You will get a full refund. It will be in a couple of days. Here you go." And
Refund back to the card, no store credit or anything?
no credit with Expedia, right back to the card.
It's okay. You got to send me that number. And I call them. We'll have a part 2 about Aruba.
Yeah, so I'm all set. But I love how I try to tweet like I'm a celebrity, like at Expedia, and only the listeners liked it.
Yeah, well, same thing happened to me.
Yeah,
I got nothing.
The listeners were like, "Oh my God, 2 Expedia incidences in 1 week."
Well, I have another follow-up about Aruba. This is if you're ready.
I'm ready.
Unless you have anything else about the hotel.
I was assaulted, Andrew, and you are more interested in.
I was interested in the assault last week.
And you're like, no. Did you? All right, on the card, or was it a credit?
Gift certificate? They give you anything extra for your troubles.
Amazing. I love it. All right, let's hear it.
So Maddie and I were in our bedroom, and she's like, something smells like poop. I'm like, what? Coming out of the gates here.
My goodness.
And I'm like, well, we got this backyard that only the neighbor below us can access.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we're on the first floor here, but if you go in the back, we're on the second floor. You know, I don't know how that's possible.
Hills.
I guess hills, elevation or something. But, you know, like right here, first floor, backyard, we're on the second floor. Because the basement, I guess.
Angles.
Or, yeah, it goes down. Yeah, that makes sense. So our neighbor downstairs is a dog. Only the backyard's accessible by him.
Gotcha.
Because we're road townhouses that goes all the way around. I don't know how. It's like if the World War breaks out, just hide in the backyard because no one's cutting back there. So I'm like, maybe he pooped or something. The dog pooped or something.
Right.
So, but now I'm like, the smell's coming from inside the house. It's like a collar.
The stink cloud does your address in the air.
I call 911 smell line. They're like, I hate to tell you this, but
The poop is in the building.
his name's Elvis. So I'm like sniffing around. I noticed it's coming from my luggage, my old luggage.
Oh my God.
From Aruba.
You're, by the way, you said you're on that end, you're on the second floor?
Right.
Number 2 smelled like number 2.
That was good. That was a sucker punch for me.
Careful.
I didn't expect that. So the clothes I had, I never unpacked, and they were wet from Aruba.
All right, well, this is your own doing.
Doo-dooing.
Spit happens.
The clothes, the damp clothes started emitting a sewage smell from the mold or whatever in these wet clothes. The bacteria from the ocean multiplied.
I got poops. They're multiplying.
My clothes turned into your face on the subway. Just
He
germs.
didn't poop on my head.
Well, he might have.
I think that was the third thing he was going to do.
Well, he just ate poop probably before he spit on you. But so I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, what do I do? I feel bad. I don't want to take it to the laundromat because, you know, I drop off and I'm like,
you don't want to go there to clean your clothes.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't want to do that. Yeah. But I had this drop off woman by my apartment and I can't hand her this.
Yeah. Drop off woman, sidekick of emergency therapist.
Take a load off. So I'm like, I got to do something about this smelly clothes before I get them washed. So,
Right.
So in the backyard, there's a where his door is to the backyard. There's like an overhang of like this just metal tin sheet from you see on a farm or
Like
something.
a baking sheet?
No, like a ridged metal thing, corrugated metal.
Yeah.
I think would be the word.
Corrugated coffee.
Yeah, corrugated cardboard. But so it goes over where he goes in to block the rain. So I'm like, I'll put my clothes on there to dry them out. I figure they'll bake in the sun, get all the smelly out. Lay them all. So I'm open my window, lay all the clothes on this guy's.
I know exactly what's going to happen.
What do you think happens?
It rained.
No, it wins. My shorts go into the backyard. I looked down. I'm like, I'll get them now. It's been a couple hours. Shorts right below the window.
Let the poop smell in.
Yeah. Well, I think by now they're baked. They don't smell anymore.
Oh, they don't smell.
Well, actually, I left them out a couple more days to be safe.
Are they still out there?
No, I brought them in.
Okay.
But the shorts were still second floor. I can't reach them, like a story up. And I go.
And you can't get to them.
I can't get to them because of the way the buildings are made. I can't get to the backyard. There's no way unless I break into this guy's house.
Yeah, if you get a fishing pole
Or unless I ask him to do me a favor, which I would never do. And
yeah, can you get my
Dirty shorts. Do you hear? Did it sound like knocking?
That was my coffee cup.
Oh. Now my heart stopped. So we're in my apartment and we're talking about him.
What if we opened the door and he had a bunch of poop clothes?
These yours?
Yeah, then he spit on me and punched me in the face.
So everyone does now?
Yeah, that's hello.
It's like
Maybe the guy was European. Anyway.
You ever hear that when I guess like when you kill one roach, that means more come.
Yeah.
If
I've heard that.
One
Yeah.
crazy guy punches you in the face, other crazy guys have to hear the pheromones or smell the pheromones.
You weren't the only one with poop shorts that day.
I need a new pair of shorts. Clean pair of shorts. So I'm like, how do I get this? So I reach with a broom. It's too short. And
Too short to get the shorts.
Right. So I see this. It's like a stroke. Well, first I also use this camera tripod that I extend all the legs. Still doesn't reach. I consider jumping down, but I'm like, I'll never get back up. I'll be trapped there forever. I have to start a new life in this backyard. So I had just changed my clothes, and I had the hanger there, a metal hanger. I'm like, oh my god! So I unwrap the hanger. It becomes like a hook. Still not long enough.
Right.
So I go in my closet, unwrap another hanger, unfold it, attach the two. I'm able to get the short.
Oh my
It takes me like 3 hooks. I'm like fishing for the short. At first I listen when he leaves. And then I go start fishing.
Yeah, you want to quiet. You don't want to scare the shorts away.
Yeah. So I get the shorts, pull them up, and then my hand spazzes. I drop the two, drop all the things.
Sorry.
But I got the shorts.
Wow. Oh, you dropped the hangers, but got
I
the shorts.
dropped the hangers.
How did that work?
I think I grabbed the shorts and I let go of my left hand.
Right.
And then the first hanger fell and I pulled the other hanger down. I got too excited to get the shorts.
Of course.
So then I try to get 2 more hangers to get the hanger out. Drop those.
Oh my god.
I dropped. They slipped through
my
my hands, and there's like 4 hangers in the back. I'm just gonna leave it.
Man.
Maybe he thinks like a antenna.
Your closet hangs in the balance.
Maybe he thinks Elon Musk, like, one of his satellites exploded or something. I don't know. But they're back there.
Hanger in there.
I gave up because 2 hangers maybe, but 4 I can't. That's too
2
much.
hangers, shame on you. 4 hangers, shame on me.
He's gonna be like, what goes on back here? Well, my dog's pooping. What kind of back alley operations happen in this backyard?
Oh my god, my dog pooped a section of Bed Bath & Beyond. Wow.
Yeah, so all the clothes are now clean, and I've dropped them off.
It doesn't smell like poop in here.
No, made sure I lit a couple candles.
How long do you leave your clothes in your suitcase when you come back from a trip?
Well, you get home and you're like, I'm home. I don't need these clothes. They're dirty. My plan was to, next time I did laundry, open it up, dump them in there. But
no, you got to dump them out immediately.
I haven't been to the beach in a while.
Son of a beach.
Son of a beach. Let's pick up on the mics.
Yeah, are those children?
I think there's a ghost in here. Is that somebody outside? It's coming through the mics. Like we're possessed.
It's the ghost of my Expedia reservation.
So let me check here if we have any.
Yeah, we're right at the mark if we've got any.
And this phone's dead. I don't want to stop the cameras. All right. Well, I'm sure you have another tale, right?
Sure.
While I'm gonna plug this in while you do your thing.
Yeah. I don't.
You don't really? You don't have anything from Virginia and from. Oh, we already talked
We
about
talked
Virginia.
about Virginia on the
bonus.
Patreon.
Yeah.
And Atlanta, we covered it basically. And this is a comedy thing, not too anxiety inducing.
Okay.
But I got some tracks on Sirius XM.
No way.
Yeah. So if
Congrats.
anybody here has a Sirius, it'll take me as long as it would for you to look it up to say how it's pronounced. But if you have a Sirius XM prescription or prescription. Anyways, thanks for listening to the episode.
Yeah, whenever somebody installs the satellite radio in my car, they wear a doctor's thing. A doctor, what do they call it? Coat?
What, lab coat?
A lab coat? Yeah. Is that
Maybe.
doctors wear.
You know how you can get a better
It's like a smock.
reception on Sirius XM is get your backyard hangers.
That's true.
But I have 3 tracks now on Sirius XM of my stand-up.
Where do they come from?
A recording I did in opening for Brian. They just came out good and sounded good, and now they're on Sirius XM. And a couple people have reached out to me saying they've heard them already.
What's crazy?
Yeah.
So is that from that thing you did in Utah?
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
I
used some tact there.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't remember if you told me I couldn't talk about it.
I mean, as far as tack goes, you could have been more tack. But tick for tack.
Well, I just named a state. I don't know.
It is a thing I did in Utah.
Okay, all right. All I did was name a state. I didn't get too specific.
Well, it was Utah, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah, and now those are out there. If anybody hears them, I don't know how any of that works, but it's pretty cool. It's exciting.
And
I want the listeners to know we are not kidnapping whoever you can hear in the background. Sounds like there's people locked under us.
All right, so we got nothing on Twitter.
Oh, great. Perfect.
Great. All right, I guess I have one story now. Here's something. So I've been seeing people around, and they go, "Hey, your TikToks are popping up on my front page." I'm like, "I'm famous, cool." Talk to somebody at my day job, and they're like, I saw one of your TikToks. That's funny. I'm like, you saw it? Good God. And then I talked to her again. She said, more and more, it's popping up. And I'm like, what's going on? I thought it'd be like a fluke that she saw it.
Right.
Turns out, I signed up for TikTok. You use your phone number to register. If somebody else has your phone number in their contacts, it shows your videos to those people. So not only are people from my job seeing these, but people I went on one date with like 5 years ago are seeing them. People on
X's,
O's,
ticks,
anybody I've ever encountered that ever got my cell phone are seeing these if they're on it. So
oh man,
I freaked. First
is that why you had that one tic tac going? Sorry, tic tac. Is that why you had that one going? Sorry, I didn't call you back. Would have been funnier.
It's just me apologizing for everything. Yeah. So I
do not call list.
So there is this setting that pushes your videos out. So I turned it all off. So I don't know, but I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to stop it. It's like a monster. It's everywhere. I don't know. I'm like, I couldn't sleep. As soon as I figured that out, I couldn't sleep because I had to figure out how to block everybody I've ever met.
What's wrong with them seeing it?
Well, I don't want them in my head. I'm like, well, this person I met 10 years ago might take offense to this, or what are they going to think?
They're not in your life now.
Yeah, but then I don't know. Yeah, it's true. They're not in my life now, but.
Yeah, the only people that you should not offend are the people that you see on a regular basis.
Well, now they see them too.
Right.
Well, I don't know. I thought this was like an amorphous private blob that I was
right,
in.
Right.
Now
you thought
you
were doing it in a vacuum.
Yeah, now it's out there. It's exposed. I'm, naked and afraid instead of like in the privacy of my own home where it smells like poop.
Yeah, your TikToks are getting a little too niche. Don't you guys hate it when your clothes start to stink like poop, and then they fall off the tin thing?
And you take a hanger and fish them out.
I'm like, hey guys, don't you hate it when you get punched in the face but spit on first, and then you go home and take a shower with clothes on? The social media is making me hate myself and think I'm not gonna do well in comedy because everyone's doing social media and blowing up, and it just lowers my self-esteem every time I do it. I can't do it.
Okay.
I thought you would be more of a friend on that. And
I thought you were going somewhere with what I said.
I thought it bounced off yours pretty well.
Well, what you said is basically like you should just stop doing it because
I was like, it's more of a good on you that you can do that. You're more.
Oh, okay.
It's weird. You're more worried about the people you know than the strangers.
Oh yeah, I love the strangers. Bring it on. They get. I know. I've accepted on the internet. People get offended about anything.
Right.
Like literally, I posted a video about how I chicken wings. And if you eat more of the chicken wing,
oh, that joke's great.
You're a better person. People wrote, "How dare you judge people? How dare you have a test for them?" And I'm like, "What am I supposed to do? Just have no preferences at all to appease everybody? Is it wrong to have a preference? It's just chicken wings." And it was a joke.
Yeah,
it was literally a joke.
Oh boy.
So I'm like, if that's getting people upset, people get mad about anything. So you just gotta keep that in mind. And when people, and then people, I made that joke about chicken wings. People say, "Shut up! You have no place to say this." What do you want people to say? Honestly,
I just don't. All the stuff so awful. It makes me. I see it and then it makes me crumble.
I know, but I mean, we talked about this before. I
know.
So I don't want to rehash.
We talked about Expedia before,
so that too, yeah. But I mean, I don't want to rehash it. But you just gotta roll with it, and
yeah,
you want strangers to see you. That's part
true.
of the job, and
yeah. All right.
I don't know.
TikTok attempt part 7.
You don't have to do it. You don't have to do TikTok. I'm just saying social media.
Well, I don't have Reels still. If anybody knows anybody from Instagram, for the love of God.
Have you uninstalled it and reinstalled
I've
it?
uninstalled it. I'm gonna reach out to Facebook again.
Did you put it on somebody else's phone and see if you got that working?
Yep.
And it's still nothing.
It's still nothing.
All right, yeah. Call them up. Call the secret Expedia number.
I'd like a full refund on my Reels.
I'm real mad.
It's real annoying.
I think we made that joke before.
I know, but it's a real good one.
Oh, okay. Well, I used a reel in the backyard to get my shorts up.
Yeah, when I got punched in the face, Caitlin had to reel me in.
Real big fish played.
Oh man, well we did it. This because unless you have more.
No, I got nothing.
What was that?
What was that? It sounded like somebody washing this house.
Somebody's getting the poop shorts out of here. All right. Well,
well, let's spend the last couple minutes thanking everybody. Thank you for subscribing. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sharing. Oh, I had one thing, and I thank God I remembered this.
Oh, here we go.
So, in honor of our 100th episode, listener Ronnie sent us a very nice thing. Well, first, I didn't know what it was. I opened it.
Yeah.
And
hold it in front of your face.
It's a snack chest. You see it?
Yes. Perfect.
Snack chest. So, this has been alone with me and Maddie for, I think it came right the day you left.
Of course.
Because I got it, and then I saw your tweet about Expedia. So these are all the snacks that are left for you, and you should take that home. And
now, how many did it start with?
Start with a full chest.
Okay.
I should actually just left one thing in there as a funnier joke.
It is a funnier joke, but this is more than I expected when I opened it.
So, do you like any of those things in there?
You're not getting any of them.
Do you? Because I started eating what I thought was stuff you didn't like.
What did you eat that you thought I didn't like?
Fruit roll-ups,
I love fruit roll-ups.
Airheads.
Love Airheads.
Okay, well, there's one left in there.
What a good.
You probably don't like Gushers, right? Because they're
I
gooey.
like Gushers.
What? Okay. Cheese crackers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then you Cheez-Its.
Yes.
Then you like everything in there.
It's not gross vegetables. It's a snack chest.
Yeah. So I think the day I got it, that was my dinner. Was half of the snacks in there? I just kept eating them.
Thank you so much, Ronnie. This is amazing. I love it. And because there is a fruit roll up in here. Holy hell! Look at this. That's nice. You left the nuts. Man,
I tried to leave you one of everything.
You did a great job. Yeah, this is great. Thank you. Ooh, peanut butter cookie. Oh boy.
Yeah. So enjoy it. Maddie scavenged some too, and it's funny. Ronnie was like, I sent a picture of the wrappers.
I saw.
And Ronnie was like, I saw Maddie's eating them too, and I didn't even know that.
They're on her story.
They're on her story. Every story she does, she's eating like Teddy Grahams and stuff from this box. I was like, busted.
Oh, Ronnie, this is so nice.
She had a really nice note. I put it on our Instagram, but she thanked us for having 100 subscribers and on YouTube and 100 episodes. So thanks so much. That meant a lot.
This means a lot. This is great. I really appreciate it. And we don't deserve you, Ronnie. You're the best. We don't. Everybody we have are super great people, and I'm very honored.
Yeah. So thanks everybody. And on that note, I guess we'll wrap it up. Do you have any final words?
Thank you, everybody, for the very nice words and reaching out to see if I was okay. And you guys are wonderful. I love every listener that we have. And if there's nothing, people were asking if they could do anything. I'm doing all right. I mean, if you want to share the podcast, but.
You want to subscribe to the YouTube?
Yeah. Share, subscribe. Tell people if everybody went through a lot of anxiety this year. Tell them about the podcast. Get the word out there. We're trying to make the show bigger for you so you can have even more laughs and stuff.
Yeah, and Dr. Deb's not in this episode. We're trying to figure out how to incorporate Dr. Deb with the new studio setup.
Yes.
We're in a way where it's not weird. And
plus, without her moving in with you.
And also, the Patreon, I think we're going to record after this, right? Do you have time?
Well, we'll talk about it off mic, but we'll record there will be a Patreon very soon.
Okay, yeah. So subscribe. We got a bonus episode a week, some other bonus content. We're going to put some stand-up on there as well.
That's right.
And thank you so much for listening. Stay tuned for the music.
Stay tuned.
My heart starts beating really fast.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to the episode.
Really appreciate all the support. If you like the podcast, please share it. Tell all your friends. Give us a high rating. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. And we're on social media. I'm at Not Steve Rogers on Instagram and Twitter. Steven Rogers Comedy on Facebook and StevenRogersComedy.com.
And I am on Twitter, Chavone, SCHIAVONE. And on Instagram, I'm Andrew Chavone, same spelling as before. On Facebook, I'm Andrew.Chavone. And my website is AndrewChavone.com.
Perfect. Thanks for listening, and see you next week, guys.
See you next week.